Roll for Romance is a podcast featuring 5 friends horny for D20.
Welcome to Roll for Romance. Hi, I'm Emily and I'm your DM, and this is our 5e Real Play podcast where we focus on finding love in all the role places. With me, I have some awesome players. This time, I'm not going to call my sister sexy. Let's just move right on. And here, let's have my wonderful sister introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Sara, and I'm going to be playing Laniver, the Eladrin bard, who spends about an hour on their hair daily.
Heck yes. And just in case people were confused about what an Eladrin is, that's a fancy type of elf, which we haven't mentioned before, but they're like from the Feywild and super cool.
Some of them have one season and they're always kind of the same, but Laniver changes season, so sometimes their hair or their eyes might change color and their personality changes a little bit too.
Hi, I'm Deserae, and I play Hilrana, who is some sort of druid. I forgot. Oh, what am I? She's some sort of druid.
Earth
Genasi.
Earth Genasi druid.
She's an Earth Genasi druid. I knew that.
Yes.
I am prepared.
Genasi, if you're nasty.
Genasi, if you're nasty.
Do you want to say your thing again?
That's your thing, Genasi. That's my thing now.
Yeah, nice. Okay, you're good. All right, perfect. Great introduction.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I play Melee's Gloriosus, an ASMR paladin who never skips leg day.
Fuck yeah, he doesn't. He's got the most glorious legs you've ever seen.
He's got rocks under his calves.
Oh, nice. Fuck yeah. That would be painful.
Yeah.
I was just imagining like lumps, like really unnatural looking, sharp, pointy lumps.
Pointy lumps? Like D4s. Yes. Oh, Jesus. That's horrible. And moving on from that.
Hey, I'm Holly, and I play Faris, who is a tiefling warlock.
Faris, there's just something, like, mysterious about her.
There is.
Faris is always up to no good.
Oh, yeah, I like it. There you go. Last night was epic. I cannot believe that you weren't there. The wedding was spectacular, a little boring, but you know what? Who cares about the wedding? The reception was where it was at. We met 4 really interesting new people. All super attractive. It was a little intimidating, especially that tiefling. Man, what I wouldn't do to have just even a moment with her. One was like really hot Eladrin, and she really kicked it off with Lady Shannon. I don't know what exactly they were up to, because me and your boy Stefan got out into the gardens. We took off all our clothes with this really rad dude named Miles. We decided to go streaking, and all kinds of people at the wedding joined in. It was crazy. There was like just a little bit of drama when Lady Bordeaux decided to kick Prince Grant's dad in the nuts, but you know, it's a party, things happen. Those 2 old ladies fighting on the ground while the one chick at the table, Hilrana, I think was her name, was throwing spitballs at them. That was hilarious. But yeah, crazy wild night. And then Jalessa, of all people, decided to invite me and Stefan to her island for like a sexy island getaway. And those 4 people that were at the table with us are going. So, super stoked. It was such a great night. It's a shame that you weren't there. What's that? Oh, sorry, Mom. I didn't realize that you were late for brunch. I'll talk to you later. You wake up the next morning in various states of disarray and confusion, and if you drank, you're probably pretty hungover. And some of you, even if you didn't imbibe, you feel the effects of kind of the hangover of whatever the hell happened to everybody last night. And you have, each of you in your own respective abodes, or if you had stayed at the palace over the evening, a formal invitation from Lady Jalessa Spear to go to her island getaway.
Did she give us any like details about how that was going to happen, or was she just like going to follow up later?
It has details in the invitation, which it's pretty impressive because this literally happened overnight. So the invitations are very well written with beautiful handwritten calligraphy. It has two different options for transport. It has either leaving today on Lady Jalessa Spear's airship to fly to her private island, or if you can't leave today, you need to do some other stuff. There is a boat voyage that will take a little bit longer, but she's chartered a boat for her other guests that can't come immediately, and that will be not today, but tomorrow for anyone who wants to come. And of course, you could go in your own mode of transport, but you may miss some of the party if you like hang out for a million years before you go. Other details in it, it says basically like bring your sexiest swimsuit and as many sexy swimsuits as you can bring.
Okay.
Evening wear, something more casual, but also make it sexy, and just like any other kinds of accoutrement that you want to just make yourself feel as fine and fresh. But it's a tropical locale, and this time of year, it's going to be nice and balmy and a little bit rainy, but very temperate. And it has the location of the island, which is Deserae Island. So that's what you guys get. Other than that, it's like, it doesn't have a time frame for how long this is going to be going on.
To question mark.
To question mark, exactly. It's an open-ended thing. But she had mentioned the other night that it was kind of a chance for her to get to know some eligible singles and also just have a wild time. So it's up to you guys if you want to go or not. You definitely don't have to.
Question, is Chadley invited, or do I have to leave him home?
So I don't think she knew that you had Chadley because Chadley wasn't at the wedding, but it doesn't say no animal companions on the invitation.
Excellent.
So I would take that as an indication that you could bring it.
Yeah, and it's always just better to beg for forgiveness later than to ask permission.
Oh, yeah. And also it did say in the invitation, like, bring whatever makes you feel your best. And Chadley definitely does that.
That's
I hope.
true.
He doesn't, but...
Oh, no.
Chadley's constantly negging her.
Emotional support squirrel.
It's like Kiki's
I'm his
delivery
emotional
service.
support druid.
No.
It's more of that type of situation.
That's sweet. All right. So what are you guys doing when you see this invitation after you get up the next morning? What's on your mind? Let's start with Faris.
Well, Faris is probably interested in going because that could be like just a treasure trove of secrets that she could plunder. So I think that she would probably go talk to Chandra.
Yeah.
And make sure that there weren't any big parties coming up, because though Faris likes secrets, she also likes gold.
Well, Faris, I unfortunately don't have any gigs for you. We actually kind of got in trouble for when Prince Grant got kidnapped from our venue. So we're going to have to lay low for a little while.
Okay.
Says Chandra.
Well, I have somewhere to be, so
Oh, excellent.
I'll check in when I get back.
Where are you going?
I don't know. It's some island.
That sounds incredibly sexy.
Doesn't it?
I'm very jealous of you. Have a magnificent time.
Thank you, darling.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so hungry. That's Chandra's
growling.
goblin companion.
Yeah, she's a little goblin that just growls at everyone who comes in. For our podcast listeners, if you hear any growling or cries in the background, that is Chadley.
It's
Played
not a small dachshund.
That is Chadley, played by Penelope Beaman. Okay. So, yeah, you talk to Chandra. She doesn't have any work for you. As you are walking back from the Beholder, kind of getting ready to go back and maybe start packing, you feel a little tap on your shoulder, and there is kind of a hooded figure that looks familiar to you. You've never really seen their face, but they're always kind of, every once in a while they appear kind of in your peripheral vision. As soon as you turn around to try to look at them, they're not there, but they kind of, there's this figure that's behind you. And they just kind of say very quietly to you,
"You should definitely go, Faris. This could be really interesting.
Are you coming with me, sugar?
I mean, I'm always with you."
Ugh. I don't know how I feel about that. Well,
I don't know how I feel about it either, honestly. I have better things to be doing.
honey, there's nothing better to do than to watch me. Are you kidding?
Depends on the day.
No, that's probably true. But anyway, we're going to the island, sugar, so pack light, bring your sunscreen.
I mean, I don't really need those things. But Faris, I'm particularly interested in some of the guests that are there, so if you can get any information about them,
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be great.
That's what I'm going for. Well, and plus there may be some fun to be had. But
Yes, but the important thing is you get information for me. Don't forget our agreement.
How could I ever, darling?
I don't let you forget, so that's fair.
And the figure kind of disappears.
Bye, I reckon.
So that you had that as you're walking back, and then he actually does appear one more time, and he's like,
Oh, yeah, and you said for me to bring sunscreen, but, I do worry about skin cancer is real, and I would like you to make sure that they said they wanted skimpy outfits, but please take care of yourself.
Thank you, darling. I will.
he's gone now. Or they're gone now.
She's just super chill about, like, this is her personal hooded edgelord that stalks her, and like, that's fine.
But wants her not to get skin cancer,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
nice. It's considerate.
Well, she's got a big enough ego that she totally can understand somebody stalking her.
Yeah, for sure. Miles, what do you do when you get up the next morning and you have this invitation?
He definitely wants to go on the airship. 'Cause
Okay.
He's probably never been in one. So does he have time to shop?
Yes, so it's going to be departing this evening. She wasn't like, get up at 5 a.m. and be on my airship, bitches. She's probably real tired
Okay.
from the event too. So it's departing, I think, at like 5 p.m. Whatever 5 p.m. would be in this fantasy setting, because it's my fantasy setting, it's 5 p.m. Time works the same. Everything's the same.
Except for the fantasy.
Except for the fantasy. Okay, so yeah, you want to go shopping. Would you like to go shopping by yourself, or would you want to try to like bring some of your friends to go with you, your newfound friends, or do you want to do that on your own?
Yeah, we can all go
Okay.
if they want to. Because I know they got the same invitation as I did, and so we need to be outfitted correctly. Maybe we want a group outfit. I don't know.
Ooh, a group outfit.
Ooh.
Sure. Okay. So you can kind of send word to their various abodes. We're just going to hand wave and say that you now know where they live in the city so that you can get in touch with each other, and it's not very time consuming to figure that out. So anything else you want to do before you go shopping though, Miles?
No.
Okay. Shopping is great. Yeah. You do your morning leg day workout, get those D4s looking fresh.
Yes.
And that'll make no sense if we cut out the. I won't cut it out. Don't worry.
Just call it
Don't worry. It'll be
banter.
great. Hilrana, what are you doing when you get this invitation? I'm sorry. Your dad actually wakes you up that morning. He kind of knocks on your door and he's like, Hey, Hilrana, how's it going? How was the party? Oh, honey. And he comes in and he kind of like, the curtains are slightly open and the like lights shining on your face in a very unpleasant way. And he comes in, he kind of closes the curtains a little bit more. And he's like, I'm going to get you a cold cloth for your head. And I'll get you some restorative juice. And if you need anything, you want pancakes, honey, or is that not going to be good?
Oh, God.
Okay, no, that's a no. That's a no on pancakes. Can I get you anything? Some magical ibuprofen?
That sounds great, Dad.
Okay, yeah. So he goes and he gets you some stuff and he closes the curtains, gives you a little cold towel. He's like, honey, I'm sorry to wake you up, but I saw that you had a note for you and some kind of invitation, another invitation. And I'm not gonna lie, I opened it. And because I didn't want to wake you up, but it seemed important. But here you go. I won't tell you what's in it, but you know, I know what's in it.
Okay. Thanks.
And he kind of closes your door.
And then opens it and looks at you. And then closes it again.
Like, I throw like a pillow at the door.
Oh, sorry, hon.
Okay. Do I know about Miles' shopping excursion at this point?
Let's say that the note for that came as well. He's like, oh, honey,
Okay.
hold on. I got another one for you. I didn't open this one because it literally just came like a couple minutes ago. I'm a good dad, right?
Do you want to open it?
Yes, but yeah, I would really love to.
Okay.
He opens
You
it and
can
reads it. Oh, nice. Okay, he gives it to you.
Okay. So I'm going to send a crow to Miles because we just have those at the house.
Yeah, of course you do.
Little fancy crow.
Fancy crow.
That says, I would love to meet you.
Wonderful.
That's how I talk when I write. I would love to meet you for the shopping excursion. Yeah, so I'm going to get up and get ready to go shopping.
Awesome. Your dad will insist on making you breakfast even if you don't want to eat it. He's like, you need your strength back.
Okay, thanks.
Okay,
Thanks, Dad.
And he definitely like just sits and chats with you for as long as humanly possible about, well, not humanly possible, as long as possible about what happened at the party. Just fascinated. Lanny, it is the next day, and you also have received an invitation that is kind of set out by your door.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm definitely super asleep until like 2 p.m.
Oh, okay, great. So nobody bothers you because they know that a lot of times you rent a room, right?
Yes, I do.
So you rent a room, and you know that the people that live there with you know that unless it's something urgent, they don't disturb you because you work really late nights a lot of times. So yeah, they don't wake you up. It's 2 p.m. when you finally wake up, and there is a note, 2 notes. There's one with the invitation, and the other one is a note from Milay saying to meet around noon to go shopping.
Oh, so I've missed that.
But you can totally go. It's just that you're going to be really late.
I'll be really late. I do look at like my planner because I'm motivated primarily by money at this point in my life because I have less of it than I've ever had before. But I guess we'll say that I don't have anything booked.
Okay, yeah.
In the coming weeks, so.
Yeah, the next thing you have is I think probably 2 weeks from now. You have a gig.
Yeah, so I'll just force her to let me go before
That's good.
Hopefully that'll be possible.
Hopefully. But it seems like it's an all expenses paid trip.
Sounds good.
The outfit's not so much, but once you get the transportation, food, accommodation is all going to be taken care of.
Nice.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm not going to be a dick. Let's say you guys agreed to meet at 3, and then you're going to have to go immediately from shopping to the airship if you want to take the airship. Okay. So you're going to have to make sure you're packed and ready to go. So maybe, Lanny, you have a little bit of a rush of packing in order to get to shopping.
Okay. Yeah. So I haven't actually spent a whole hour on my hair today.
Shit.
Which is very nerve-wracking.
So what season are you in? What are you looking like right now, Lanny?
I'm a boy again.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that I'm in spring.
Spring.
And I have like really light green hair. And
nice.
Light purple eyes.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
And I'm in a really good mood.
Oh, wonderful.
For once in my life.
Okay, Milays, where would you like to go shopping?
So I'm torn because I either want a mall that can accommodate like swimwear, airship wear, something formal, but he's also used to shopping in like the really, really nice parts of town.
Does the mall have an Orange Julius?
It doesn't have an Orange Julius, but we'll get to that in just 1 second.
I love that we have a mall.
Yeah, it's an outdoor mall. It's not an indoor mall. So you could go to the lower terrace, to the Copper Market, this kind of big outdoor mall. You do know that for your somewhat less well-off friends, I guess is the way to put it, there is Balthazar's Bargain Barn is down there and has some pretty good deals. But it also does have some nice clothing stores. Up in the upper terrace in Sky Market, there are tons of different individual stores. They're spread throughout, and they're going to be a lot more pricey.
I feel like we should go to the mall.
Okay, so you're going to go to the Copper Market. Let's say you meet up at... Oh my god, what are the names of these stores that I wrote?
I love Balthazar's Bargain Barn.
You can meet up in front of Balthazar's Bargain Barn, which is like a 3-story, almost a city block wide building that just has all these different things in the windows of it that range from like adventuring equipment to kind of party wear to cooking accoutrement. It's like a department store. As you're entering and you're going up to Balthazar's Bargain Barn, there are some other stores that stand out to you, which there's Steel Yourself, which is a blacksmith. Probably won't need that for this.
Nice.
There's the Naughty Nymph, which seems like some kind of adult bookstore.
Oh, yeah.
Which could have sexy outfits in it.
Oh, nice.
The Sleeping Dragon Inn, which is an inn and tavern, and there's Never Nude, which is a clothing store, and then Wood is a carpenter. Those are the ones that kind of have the flashiest signs.
I was really hoping Wood was going to be.
Well, there is a back room that only special people know about in Wood. That has a different purpose. But as far as clothing and getting ready for this trip, probably Balthazar's Bargain Barn, and Never Nude, and the Naughty Nymph would all be good options.
I just like to say Hilrana's never been to a mall before, and her mind is blown.
Nice. And your dad gave you like a good amount of money to go shopping with.
I got daddy's money.
I was going to say that Miles has also never been to a mall, and he's also slightly disgusted.
Yeah, okay. Like,
It's a different feeling.
Why disgusted?
He's not used to seeing like so many clothing on the racks.
Mm.
He doesn't know like how they're supposed to tailor it to him.
Oh,
He's
I
just
see.
not used to like that experience.
yeah, that definitely makes sense. So, where do you guys want to start off? Balthazar's Bargain Barn, the Naughty Nymph, or Never Nude? You can split up too if you want to.
I love Never Nude. Just because of the name.
Never knew.
Okay.
Never Nude.
So-
It's all cut off jean shorts.
You just yeah, exactly. What are you guys looking for inside of here? It's kind of like not because I said we were talking about being never nude. It's like a very denim themed interior. The clothing itself is not denim, but it has like a blue jeans type vibe with like the curtains.
Is it
and,
like an Abercrombie
yeah, kind
with
of
like ab warriors on the wall?
Yeah, like there's ab warriors in Daisy Duke cutoff shorts, jean shorts, just kind of like sparring with each other, and it's very homoerotic, even though I don't think
Yeah.
that's what they were going
That's
for.
what Abercrombie did.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that is what Abercrombie and Fitch is going for sure.
The owner of this establishment doesn't know. Doesn't
okay.
Think this.
So they're
Yeah, they were just like,
naive
this is
to the
what
implications.
is the pinnacle of manliness.
isn't it though?
I think
It is.
I think Faris would just be grabbing stuff off the racks and the shelves and shoving it at me, Lace. Go try the song. Go try the song. Go try the song. She just wants to see the show.
Oh,
Do you need help trying this on?
Yeah, he might need some assistance. He's probably used to like someone else bringing the stuff to the room for him.
true.
And so he's
Cool.
probably very like, what?
yeah. And the only people that are currently working in the store are two fairly thin human men. One is sitting at the checkout desk, and the other one is like a clerk that will take garments to a dressing room and then back, or like help you find other stock. But if you look at him to help you get dressed, he's just gonna be like, I'm sorry, sir, that's not my job.
Miles will try to figure it out. He'll
You can make a persuasion check if you'd like to.
Dress me, sir.
I don't know why Miles doesn't wear clothes a lot. It's because he doesn't know how to put them on.
Oh my gosh, I got a 19.
Oh my
So,
god! Wow.
Can I politely ask him, sir, to like help me dress, and also I would like a glass of wine.
With the 19, he'll be like, I can do one of those two things. Which one's more important to you, sir?
Oh, you can't do both.
Well, I have
There's a
to
nice
either
tip in there
help
for you.
I either have. Oh, I mean, I guess I can see if we have any wine in the back room. I'll be back in a minute.
Perfect, thank you.
And he kind of runs off. He comes back a minute later with a very dusty bottle of wine, and like, it's definitely not a wine glass. It's just like a cup that he's gonna pour it into. Like, I'm sorry, sir. This is all I could have. Now, do I have to hold the wine while I'm dressing you? Because that's gonna be tough.
Well, that's up to you. I feel like that probably defeats the purpose, but I'm not a dresser.
Okay. He's gonna. What do you try? What did you want him to try on, Faris?
A lot of like low slung about the hip items, maybe some crop tops.
Crab taps.
Yeah. And lots of things that like create an X so that his
Yeah,
nips
yeah.
are super showcased.
Okay, so that's gonna not be at the Never Nude. That's gonna be more at the Naughty Nymph, that kind of body harness type
All right.
thing.
So at Never Nude, I guess lots of just everything's tight. Everything's tight.
super tight. Like you give him like two sizes too small to
Yeah.
put on his body. Okay, this guy's gonna try to squeeze these tiny clothing onto Miles' body, which is very oily, which may or may not help. We're not
It
sure.
helps with the friction.
Okay.
It definitely ruins the clothing that he doesn't want.
So he's holding the wine glass in one hand and trying to like pull a pair of pants up your body that are way too tight. It's like leather pants, so like they just don't want to go up your body. And he ends up just like spilling the wine all over himself and into the pants. And he gets them only like partially up your calves because they're so strong. And then he's just like, I'm sorry, sir. And he just leaves.
Oh.
And you guys see him come out of the dressing room and be like, I need to take my break. And then just go out the back.
Well, I'm going to ask Milace if I can come in. Milace, sugar, how you doing in there?
There's been a bit of a outfit mishap. It doesn't seem to want to go over my calves.
Those delicious, manly, muscly calves?
The very same.
All right, can I come in?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you see Milace with wine-covered leather pants up to his calves. Yeah.
So, I have the feeling you're not used to off the rack.
What is that?
That the clothes are already made and they could fit a wide variety of people, not just you.
It doesn't seem to be the case.
All right. So, I actually pulled a lot of things that were pretty tight. So, let me go back out and see if I can find you something else. Just hang tight. I think the little fella ran off somewhere.
I want to find out, does this come in extra small for my squirrel?
The guy at the counter's like, what are you showing him that you want extra?
It's just a little, like a poet-looking shirt.
Oh, you know what? We actually do have that. It's for some of our smaller, well, a fit of squirrel.
And Chadley's here too, so Chadley jumps onto the counter.
I don't have anything quite that small. There's a doll store down the road. Maybe you could.
Oh, that doll store.
You could try
much
that.
better, because I was going to suggest a pet store, and that really makes him upset.
Anything else you guys are doing in this store? What, are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, I basically have to buy an entirely new wardrobe because all of my clothes are cold weather clothes.
Oh no! Okay,
Because I'm from a very cold country, so I'm just trying to kind of fill things up. And I'm going to try to make them look better later with disguise self.
Amazing. Okay, so you can get some basics for a pretty good price. You feel like you might have to go into Balthasar's Bargain Barn to supplement, but we don't necessarily have to role play that. We're just gonna say that you're able to pick up. So make an investigation check.
Can Hilrana see this and say, no, I've got Daddy's credit card.
Yeah, of course you can.
We're having a pretty woman moment. Go wild.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Oh, Hilrana, that's so sweet of you.
No problem.
I definitely do need Hilrana's help because I got a 6 for my investigation roll, so I am just lost.
Hilrana is super
Utterly
excited.
lost.
We're going to do a makeover.
Yay, thank
So
you.
we cue music for makeover montage. Once you guys procure what you need from there, you realize that you still need like sexy swimwear. None of these places had that, and so probably the Naughty Nymph is going to be where you want to go.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah.
So you head over into the Naughty Nymph. Yeah, so there's a lot of clothing and body harnesses and other types of sexy clothing and some sexy bathing suit that you can procure. What kind of sexy look are you going for?
Hilrana wants like a lot of sheer like bathing suit cover-ups because she
Ooh, yeah.
doesn't really wear clothes. Well, she can, but she thinks she just wants to find some flowy things to accent whatever she's got going on underneath that day.
Nice. Okay, you can definitely pick that up.
Faris is going to be sure to get a bikini the exact same color as her skin tone.
Oh, nice. Very classy.
And some harnessy stuff for Milace.
For Milace, yes.
Yeah.
Chadley also came to the register with a like a studded leather bracelet that he's going to wear as a shirt. And I just look at him like, okay.
Really
Okay, man. More than I need.
He just kind of gives you this stare like, don't stop me from doing this.
Yeah, and I just like slide it over to the cashier like, and we'll take this too.
Chadley nods.
Yeah. It's like I know what I'm about.
Any other purchases before we move on from shopping?
Hilrana buys stuff all over the place, and she's just running around with her arms full of stuff and like trying to hand stuff to Milace because she can't like carry everything, and she's got like a pretzel in her mouth, a drink in one hand, and she's like super excited.
Milace wants to buy one of those like beach t-shirts that has the fake abs on it.
Yes.
We
could all get those for our matching outfit.
Oh yeah, you need a matching group outfit. You can get so you want the oversized t-shirts that have the like. Do you want all abs for you guys?
All abs or like a mix of sexy lady?
Mine's like an obnoxious bikini lady with big boobs.
Bikini lady.
Okay.
Big abs. We can get an assortment for whatever you're feeling into that day. Any other group outfits that you want?
Yeah, they'd have the
Chadley definitely
maybe the doll store one.
Yeah, you can definitely find a little poet shirt and an abs shirt. Which you're like, why do they have a doll abs shirt? But whatever.
Whatever.
Any other group outfits that you want? That's a pretty great one.
I think I would love if, for the formal stuff, Miles could treat his friends to one of the nicer stores in the upper quadrant.
Yay!
Of course. So you guys, after you finish, like you take about an hour and a half, 2 hours, where you get a little bit of food, some snacks, you shop, you get all your basics for the sexy swimwear, the casual wear, cover-ups, all that good stuff, and maybe even an airship outfit, whatever you think that means. And then Miles can take you up the funicular to the upper terrace because the airship docks are up in the upper part of the city anyway, and take you to Sky Market. And where would he take you to?
If we're not dressed like steampunks, I'm pretty sure they will not let us on the
I feel like it's a dress code.
Well, they shouldn't.
You need like the goggles and the little like cogs,
the bustle,
and the bustle, or like the waistcoat.
Miles needs a monocle.
A monocle, yeah.
Definitely.
Chadley needs a monocle over his eye patch.
At least one of us has to have a very small hat.
A very small hat
with a veil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The clothes horse is where Miles is going to take you. It sounds kind of dumb, but it's actually a very nice tailor and haberdashery. So you could probably get your fancy tiny hats here and some of your fancy steampunk stuff, as well as formal wear. And as you enter this place, it has very large, wide doors going into it. Inside, it's very well appointed, very clean lines, very kind of elegant but simple. And then coming out of a back room, when they hear the little bell on the door ring, comes out a centaur man who comes out and he says, "Welcome. It's lovely to see customers. How can I help you? Oh, Miles, it's great to see you again."
Greetings. What is his name?
I don't know. What's his name?
Chris the centaur.
Chris. Yeah, it's Chris. His name is Chris.
It's Chris? Okay. Greetings, Chris.
Chris Hubsman.
Chris Hubsman. That's racist. That is racist.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. That's his name. Chris Hubsman.
Yeah. Greetings, Chris. Well met. I've brought me and my friends here. We just came from the copper market, if you could believe it.
Wait, really? You were down there?
It is quite a treat.
I can't even imagine, Miles. Did you scare some poor shopkeepers while you were down there?
I might have. I don't think they're accustomed to treating their customers the way.
Oh, I believe not. And he kind of snaps and kind of stamps one of his hooves, and then a fleet of attendants come out, and they come over to each one of you, and they're going to individually assist you with getting whatever you need. Now, I assume that there's not really is there any budget that I should be adhering to, Miles?
Of course not.
Of course.
Whatever they would like.
I just wanted to make sure.
Money is no object.
Excellent, excellent. I love when you visit. So yeah, he kind of just stands back and lets his people work helping you pick out outfits, and then he will do like, you can see that once you pick something out, he will, and they take measurements from you, they will bring over that stuff to him, and he does some arcane tailoring to make it so that it fits exactly what you need.
Please tell me he makes a little suit for Chadley. I just want to imagine him holding up a
I
little
can make
arm
you a
and
little
getting
suit
measured.
for Chadley. Because Emily's very hand-wavy with money, we're going to just say that you pay for it, Miles, no problem. You have actually a line of credit with the store that you kind of just pay up when things come around.
Maybe he pays for it like in modeling.
Oh, yeah.
He could do some modeling for the clothes horse, but yeah,
He's just independently wealthy.
He's very wealthy.
Okay.
You've made all of your purchases, thankfully bankrolled by Miles for your really fancy outfits. You have put on your airship outfits because the airship's going to leave in about a half an hour. So you make your way from the Sky Market in the upper terrace to the highest part of the upper terrace, which is Skygate, where the airship dock is. You go through the city, you get to the airship dock, so where there are some food stalls. There's a little customs area that you guys are going to have to go through. It's just like an airport It's really fun. I put in a lot of fun mechanics into our game, like going through security at an airport and going through customs.
Do we have to take everything?
Take our shoes off?
Yeah. Do we have to take all the metal
so
off
you're
of
going
our body?
you're going through, and they have like these little wands that they use, but like that they use to detect things on you that are contraband or that should not be being brought in or out of the city. And so as you walk past security agents, they kind of do that. Fortunately, you didn't have to take your shoes off or put all your liquids in a bag and have things scanned. It's not quite that intense, but you go through your customs unless you have any kind of contraband.
Like, I'm trying to bring my rapier with me, but I don't know if
Contraband would be like extremely illicit drugs. It would be substances that are like controlled. It would be like bombs.
No, I don't have any bomb.
Okay, I didn't think so. This is
I'm
really
gonna
good
need
podcast. We're talking about going through airship
I'm
customs.
I'm going to need a list of controlled substances because
Okay, well, for all of our people that listen to the podcast, I'll put on our website
Yes,
the
please-
list
please do.
of restricted items
Things
for
that the fantasy TSA
fantasy
is
TSA.
not approving of.
They're running the metal detector over every part of the body.
They kind of wave the wand across, like from your head down to your feet, and then
They'll
let you
notice
move on.
something in Milais's crotch. If there's something metal that will
Oh yeah,
Contents
they don't
over?
care about metal.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Okay.
good information to know, though.
does Chadley have to be in a carrier?
No,
Okay, good, because he's
No, it's
very
fine.
upset by that.
no, he's fine.
Chadley's clearly sentient.
Yeah, they have people come through all the time with familiars and stuff like that. It's totally fine, as long as it's not like a endangered creature that you're trying to smuggle through. In which case, that would be bad. Anyway, let's stop talking about fantasy customs.
I love fantasy customs.
Instead, you get to the actual docks themselves, where you see a bunch of different airships lined up. You see the one that brought Prince Grant's family. It's from the Black Cloud Islands. That's kind of a nice big one. And then a little bit further down, you are directed to the Spears private little airship dock. And it's a smaller vessel, but it is fairly large. You already see a couple people that are starting to go on board.
So it looks like a sailing ship.
It looks like a sailing ship. Yes. It kind of has, it looks like when you get onto the ship, if you've never been to one before, that there are people that are working on the ship and kind of checking different devices that are around it that look like they have some kind of arcane property, that are the things that are going to be, they'll be the ones that are sailing the ship and using magic to kind of control these arcane rigging, so to speak, to get it to maneuver where they want it to go.
Is it like the airships from Final Fantasy IX?
Kind
Did
of,
they have,
although
like, a balloon
those
thing?
use mist engines in
Okay.
Final Fantasy IX. This doesn't really have an engine per se. It's like more just through magic. So it's not like a steam engine or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So while you are steampunk, it is not done through steam. It is done through hand wavy magic that Emily doesn't need to describe.
Hand wavy.
Hand wavium.
And Wavium.
That's actually the materials that the rigging is made out of. So at the front of the gangway before getting onto the airship, there is a very well dressed in black, like a black tuxedo almost. It's very overly formal woman who has her hair pulled back in a very sleek bun, human woman, and she is accepting the invitations that Lady Jalessa had given to people, signifying that they're allowed on the airship. You can see further up that on the main deck of the ship, there are other servants in similar outfits that are giving out like canapes and drinks to people. And there's another interior area where some people can go in, but it's completely glass, so you can see inside, and it's like a lounge with very comfy looking chairs and some people in there talking and kind of laughing and having fun. Oh, and there's a stringed quartet as well.
Are they any good?
Let me make a performance check for them. They honestly, Lanny, you've heard a lot better.
All right, so I'm silently judging them.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So I assume, unless otherwise, you would want to present your invitations to
Yes.
the woman, and she kind of nods and checks your names off of a list and then gestures, and she's like, "Welcome aboard the Dreamweaver. Lady Jalessa is on board, as well as her other guests. Feel free to grab some canapes, some drinks. If you need to retire below decks to get some rest, of course, we have cabins for you to be in. The journey is only going to take about a half a day. We should arrive. We should arrive.
hope we arrive
We should arrive later in the evening onto the family's island, and then we shall go from there. But please, yes, welcome aboard. If you have any questions, you may ask any of the other people dressed as I am."
Thank you.
There are a couple people that just came on deck before you. There is a little dog that keeps nudging me.
Chadley, no. Chadley, down.
Chadley scurries up and starts nudging the woman. So you see Jalessa in that glass lounge area, sitting currently on a couch, drinking a glass of champagne and laughing next to a dwarven man with dark brown skin and a shock of white braided hair. There is a very, what's the right word? A very plump, I don't know how else to put it, like a very curvy, round, short human woman with red hair that's like beautiful, almost like just a sunburst of red hair around her. And she is dressed in a very, very cute little steampunk outfit. And she's currently talking to one of the servers and getting a glass of some kind of beverage. There are some other people that are kind of hanging out, but those are the ones you see immediately.
And they're in a glass room?
So on the deck itself, there's normally like a cabin or something up on the upper level, but this cabin area is just encased in glass so that you can see out.
Oh, okay.
Rather than being blocked off. So what do you guys want to do when you get onto the ship? You also see coming up behind you after a few moments, Steve and Stefan, your friends from the wedding reception, the kind of ugly, very similar looking human men.
Yes. I'm a little worried now that the lady that I made friends with is going to also be here. We'll have to see.
You don't see Lady Shannon currently.
I want to go talk to the redheaded lady.
Oh, I was going to talk to the redheaded
You both can talk to the redheaded lady.
like shoving.
Okay, make an initiative roll to see who talks to the redheaded lady first.
15.
14.
Faris just like ever so slightly like hip checks you out of the way at the very last second and kind of steps in front of you. And this redheaded woman looks up at you and she's like, "Oh, hey."
Well, hey there. I'm Faris. Who are you?
"Oh, I'm Mitzi St. Clair."
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, sugar.
"Oh my gosh, it's such a pleasure to meet you too."
And this is my friend Hilrana.
"Oh, Hilrana. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful name for a beautiful woman."
Oh, thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.
And did you say your name? I totally missed it.
That's fine. It's Faris.
I was just dazzled by your beauty.
Oh my, thank you so much. So now, how do you know Lady Jalessa?
Oh, we met in the city. We were both hanging out at I don't know if she'd want. I guess it's okay if I tell you. We were hanging out at a brothel, and we were having just a crazy wild night. We met each other, and we actually got to know each other. It was real fun, and she invited me on this trip, and I just couldn't say no.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Me too. I'm glad you're here.
So now, tell me more about this brothel.
Oh, the place is called the House of Heavenly Delights, and it's kind of a pretty fancy place up in Lark's Way, and I just went there kind of, I frequent there sometimes. A girl likes to have some fun.
Oh yeah.
And I just happened to see her there, and she's just so striking, as you know.
Oh yeah.
And we just got to talking. We had a great time together, and we've gone there a couple other times, and we've become friends.
That's so interesting. Now, do you happen to know the proprietor?
The proprietor of... No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you'll have to forgive me. I'm always networking. I'm a fortune teller.
Oh, my goodness.
I know, and I'll be glad to tell your fortune, but, I'm always looking for new opportunities to get in where people may want to have their fortunes told.
Oh, my. Well, it's a pretty fancy place, but I don't know, maybe on like theme nights or something they might want a fortune teller. That sounds great.
Well, that would be wonderful. Maybe sometime you and I can go together.
She blushes like bright red and she just has the biggest grin on her face. She's like, "Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. I can't wait. This is going to be the best trip."
So Faris is going to lean over and wrap one of her curls around her finger
God.
and kind of pull it and say, "I do think this trip is going to be fun, sweetie."
Oh my goodness. She turns even brighter red and then she's like, oh my. And she just blushes a whole bunch.
Hilrana's just amused by this exchange.
What are Miles and Laniver doing?
I'm going to talk to the dwarven man.
Yeah, okay, so you can go into the little glass cabin where Jalessa and this dwarf are. So pardon me, I'm just going to bang my microphone.
Whoa.
You're on the right podcast. Yes, okay, so Lady Jalessa is currently just kind of lounging, and you hear the end of a joke. Oh my goodness, you came!
Hello, thank you so much for inviting us.
I'm so happy to have you here. Okay, please don't be mad at me, because we've only met a couple times, but you're Laniver, right?
That's correct, yes.
Wonderful.
It's so good to see you again,
You look
Jalessa.
different, but spectacular.
Well, thank you.
Oh
So
my
do you.
gosh. Oh, thanks. Oh my gosh. This is just, I'm so glad you could come. Are your friends here as well?
Yes, they are. We all did manage to make it onto the airship tonight.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad. Please let me introduce, because her dwarven friend is just kind of sitting there like waiting. Oh, yes, please let me introduce to you my good friend Thaladin Frostmane.
Ooh.
And he's like, and he looks at you and he's like, a pleasure. That's not his voice. A pleasure. A pleasure to meet you. I sound a lot like Hilrana's dad, but don't worry about it.
No, his dad's less gruff.
Okay. It's a pleasure. I'm Batman.
It's Hilrana's dad being
I've always
Batman.
wanted
And this
to
is
meet you, Batman.
what was his name again? It's like,
Thaladin Frostmane.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr.
Thaladin
Frostmane.
prostate.
Thaladin Prostate.
Thaladin Prostate. It's nice to meet you.
Frostmane.
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 Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Frostmane.
It is a pleasure indeed. I heard your name was Laniver.
That's correct. Laniver Faris.
Laniver Faris. A pleasure. And he reaches out like a really beefy hand to you to give you a nice big handshake.
I'm a little stronger than I look, but I don't look very strong. So I do shake his hand.
I wasn't making any assumptions.
Oh no, I was saying that not in character, but I
okay.
was describing.
He doesn't like crush your
He's
hand
not
or
trying
anything.
to,
It's just
to
firm.
destroy me.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not without consent.
Okay.
It's wonderful. So I assume you're friends with Lady Jalessa here.
Yes, we I believe we met at the bridal shower.
Yeah, that's where we met. It was really great. Lanny is a spectacular musician. Much better than these ones over here. But, these are the ones my family have on retainer. I apologize that the music isn't as good as it could be.
Oh no, it's lovely.
Oh, thank you. He's like, oh, you're a musician.
I am, yes. I play the viol.
Oh my goodness, I would love to hear that. Did you bring it with you?
Of course.
Oh, well, I don't want to impose on you
no,
right now, but maybe sometime on the trip. I love it.
Yes, it would be a little gauche for me to play while they were playing.
Yeah, of course. He's like, oh, he kind of gets a little like flustered, and he's like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. I just,
no,
I
of course
love
not.
hearing
Of
music.
course
Great to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
So coming up behind you, Melees, besides Steve and Steven, who kind of just go in immediately and go to sleep because I don't feel like playing them. You see coming up behind you a very striking figure. It is a dragonborn who has Aurora Borealis shiny scaled skin, almost like crystals or some kind of gemstone. All this dragonborn is wearing is a very skimpy loincloth. They have striking, almost like white blue eyes, and they're just super shiny, and they don't have any bags with them.
It's like my dream, like a living, sexy rhinestone.
It's a living, sexy rhinestone, a dragon. So this person comes up behind you, this dragonborn, and they just kind of walk aboard and look around, look at you and give you a nod.
Oh. Hello. You look lost. Are you a friend of Jalessa's?
I definitely hope that I'm in the right place. This looks great. You look great. Who are all these people?
Oh, that's I can give you the rundown, and so I'll introduce myself. I'm Miles Gloriosus, and then I'll just go around and introduce who I know and who I see.
Oh, thank you so much, Miles. I was walking down the street, and this woman, I guess her name's Jalessa, said to me, "Hey, you want to come on a party trip?" And I said, "Hell yeah. I don't have anything else I'm doing." So I honestly have no idea what I'm getting into. Oh, my name's Kel, by the way.
Kel, nice to meet you. I enjoy your loincloth.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm curious, the loincloth. Is that the Sinclair collection?
How did you know?
I have one myself in red. I'm glad you're here. Jalessa, I don't know much about her, but she seems to just enjoy a good time.
Well, that's great, because I always enjoy a great time or a good time,
Yeah.
or, any time that's not a bad time.
I was going to say, she must have chosen you or asked you to come along because you looked like you could.
I mean, to
you
be
feel like a
honest, a
good
lot of
time.
times people just see me and ask me to join them for things. I think that, like, there's something about me. I don't know what it is
understand.
that just, like, draws the eye, and then they kind of get confused and then ask me to do free things. Like, not
That's
like
amazing.
those like sexual favors, but sometimes, but more of like just invite me places. It's pretty weird.
People like to be around beautiful objects. I can understand.
Calling him an object.
They kind of look at you and they're like, well, I mean, I wouldn't consider myself an object, but I appreciate it. They look at you and kind of give you a nod and, well, thanks, Miles. It's been great meeting you. Thanks for the rundown. I'm going to go grab some snacks.
All right, see you on the island.
Yeah, so it seems like everyone who is taking the airship has boarded, except they start to pull the gangplank back and start to get ready to depart. And you see a woman kind of running up, out of breath, sweat pouring down her head. And she's like, wait. And she kind of like, they're pulling the thing back already. And she runs and she's going to try to leap and get onto the boat, or the airship rather. She does not eat shit, thank God. And she does like a very proficient leap over onto the deck, and a couple of the guards come over and they're like, are you supposed to be on here? And she's like, well, it's okay. And she pulls out her invitation and hands it to you. This is a woman who kind of has light gray skin. She's very tall and she has pointed ears and long, black, very straight, shiny hair. And she leaps on the boat and wipes the sweat off her brow, and she says, Oh, God. Okay, I made it. And Jalessa comes out and she's like, Ingrid, you made it. Oh, my goodness. I'm so glad that you're here. I thought you weren't going to make it. I didn't want you to have to take the boat all by yourself. And this Ingrid woman sits down. She's like, oh, man, I'm not used to running that much. That was crazy. I think we should probably go, and you see coming up behind her, like some of the customs agents running, like they were trying to like get her to, and they're like, stop, we need to go through customs. She's like, I didn't have time. I'm sorry. Bye. And they start taking off. And you see that as the ship takes off, these glowing runes light up all over the hull of it. As they light up, this shimmering, almost transparent bubble surrounds the ship, what you would assume like a protective barrier from the elements, so that you could stand up on the deck and not have to worry about any of the issues of being up in the air. And it takes off. But yeah, you're on the airship. Is there anything you want to do while you're on the airship going to the island?
Faris just wants to eavesdrop and see as many faces as she can to see if maybe she recognizes anybody. So she's going to wander around with the cocktail.
Make a perception check for me. Does anyone else want to wander around with Faris?
Yeah, I probably do.
Okay.
I'm going to hang out with Lanny.
Okay, sounds good.
Miles will offer his arm if she wants to.
She got an 18.
An 18 for perception. You want to make a perception check as well, Miles?
4. I am horrible at perception.
Well, the thing is that, like, Faris is pretty captivating when you're near her. And so she's kind of doing the looking out, and you're kind of helping, walking along, and just enjoying her company, perhaps.
Just her arm candy.
Her arm candy is exactly right.
Well, and if she does know any good juice on anybody, she's telling it to Miles, so he may be entertained.
Okay, so you pick up, are you trying to, like, eavesdrop so that people aren't talking to you, or are you trying to engage in conversation and find out information from people?
She's anybody who seems receptive to at least an introduction, she's gonna go up and introduce herself and Miles.
For that perception check, I would say that it lets you kind of scope out who seems like they would be the most receptive to talking to you.
Yes.
And currently that is, well, your redheaded friend, but you've already talked to her.
Yeah.
She's currently hanging out and talking with Jalessa. I would say the people who seem the most receptive are Thaladin Frostmane, the dwarven man.
Okay, yeah, I'll chat with him.
Yeah. So he's kind of sitting at a table by himself, just chowing down on some food. He kind of looks up and does a double take as he sees the two of you. Hello. And he stands up and kind of brushes some of the food crumbs off of him and out of his beard. Hello. May I help you?
Oh, I just wanted to come over and introduce myself and introduce you to my friend Milace.
It's a pleasure. I am Thaladin Frostmane. And he does like a little bow and then reaches his hand out to give you both a hearty handshake.
Well, of course, Faris is going to do the hand over so he can grab her fingers and give them a little shake.
He's kind of miffed by this and he kind of just grabs over your fingers like to your wrist. And it just gives that like a very hearty shake so that all your fingers are kind of crushed into the palm of his hand.
Nice. My goodness, you are strong.
He doesn't do it hard, but it's just like, he's like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do with these fingers. And he gives you a nod and he reaches out for you, Milace.
Yeah. Milace will give him a hearty handshake. He'll flex a little bit.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
Ooh.
It's a natural 20.
Oh, shit. You, like, flex and your muscles just, like, chow out of your arm. Like, insane. So impressive. And the guy sees that and he's like, hell yeah, man. Do you lift?
Of course, bro.
I'm sorry. Just give me a moment, he says to Faris. I need to know what your routine is because I've been really trying to work on my arms and it's just, I'm not getting to the level that you're at.
Oh, yeah. Maybe if this Lady Jalesa's place, if it has a gym, maybe we can go and like have a little gym day and I could, check out your technique and stuff and give you some pointers.
That would be
happy to.
Incredible. Thank you. I mean, a lot of people think that it's weird for me to like ask them about their workout routines and talk about their muscles, but I always appreciate a fellow sculptor of bodies. Is that how you say it in common? I think we have like a specific phrase in Dwarvish.
No, I love it. Sculptor of bodies. I can tell you're one as well.
Oh, thanks. Oh, okay. I gotta get back to your lovely companion.
Oh, that's fine. Where y'all gonna work out at?
I mean, I was maybe down on the beach. I don't know. I'm hoping there's a gym, or if not, maybe we can just lift some rocks or something. I don't know. I'll let Milace guide me.
Wherever you work out, I am glad to come and sit by your towels and make sure I get you goblets of water. Just want you boys to be hydrated. I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
That's really, really kind of you. And he's like, and he gives you a little wink.
Oh my. She gives him a wink back.
He definitely just has like this really big grin on his face. Yeah, so you're friends with Jalessa?
Well, I met Jalessa briefly at Princess Celeste's wedding.
Oh, wow, you were at the wedding. I heard that was crazy.
It was pretty crazy, but we ended up having a really good time, didn't we, honey? Looking at me, Lace.
We had a great time. I think everyone had a great time. What with the orgy?
There was an orgy. Holy shit. Oh my God, Jalessa didn't tell me about that. That's insane. Man. Wild times. A royal orgy. Man. A part of me is sad that I wasn't there, but another part of me is like, I don't know if I could have handled that. But anyway, wow. Yeah, Jalessa seems to collect people. I've known her since we were like teenagers. So I've been in the island before. It's pretty nice. But yeah, she likes to collect people. She's pretty cool though. She seems like she was kind of ready to settle down though, which is crazy to me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. She's a wild one for sure.
So how long has she been friends with Princess Celeste?
Oh, I think at least for the past 5 years, she's been like a lady's maid to Celeste. And that's, I think, how they became good friends. So at least for the past 5 years, although I think they knew each other beforehand.
Well, that's interesting. I'm just so curious. I want to know how everybody knows everybody on the ship and on the island.
That sounds great. I mean, I can give you the information I know, but honestly, I on this boat, I only know Jalessa. I think she said something about her brother being there. Well, it's not really her brother. Her adoptive brother should also be there. And she said something about him being exciting to meet people too.
What's his name?
Oh, his name is Marius.
Marius. Well, maybe you can introduce us when we get there.
I would love to introduce you to Marius. Marius is like a really chill dude.
Great.
He's a little like, I hate to say this, but he's like a little pretentious at first. He's one of those Tritons, so he, God, this is going to sound so racist. I don't mean it like that at all, but like,
That's how all racist comments.
Oh God, you're right. He kind of like stops himself. He's like, no, you need to learn to overcome your prejudices because other people need to overcome their prejudices against you. And we're all part of one global family. And he just kind of like mutters to himself a bunch of, I'm sorry. I had to go through some sensitivity training, but I've worked on myself. I've been through therapy and I'm getting there. It's a long process. I am talking way too much. I'm going to shut up now.
Well, no, that's so really interesting. And I would love any insight you have into anybody that, I'm just so curious about people. I love to know everything I can about new people.
I think you'll understand what I say when you meet Marius, but not just because he's a Triton, because he didn't really grow up with the Tritons, but he just has he's kind of like a snob.
Oh, well, we may just have to just party that right on out of him.
Hell yeah. And he kind of gives you a nod and just a big smile. And he goes back to eating some food, which you guys can keep hanging out with him if you want to. But we're going to move over to Lani and Hilrana.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Jalessa and just try and see what she has in store for us.
Yeah, definitely. You good with that, Hilrana?
Yeah, I wanna know.
So you guys enter. They're currently actually out on the deck now, kind of at the front of the ship. And Lady Jalessa is standing and talking to Mitzi St. Clair, who you have not actually met yet, but you saw this really. Oh, well, Hilrana met her, but you have not, Lani. And they're talking and they're giggling and Mitzi's just like, I'm so glad you brought me here. This is going to be the best trip of our lives. And Jalessa says, oh, yes, I think it's going to be great, Mitzi. Oh, Hilrana, it's so great to see you. Lani told me you were here.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Of course. This is going to be so much fun. I'm so glad that all these people could make it on the last minute notice, but it's just, I couldn't resist the urge.
We were just wondering what sort of things you had in store for us.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if I should tell you. I kind of wanted it to be some surprises, but I told you that the wedding kind of made me feel like I needed to get more serious about where I'm going in my life and to really open my heart up to other people. And I talked to my brother last night after the wedding, and he said he kind of was on the same page as me, and so we were kind of hoping to meet some people, and if not any of you all, maybe make connections so that we can meet someone we could spend some time with.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I know I'm always ready to meet new people.
Yeah, of course. No pressure at all. If this is you just want to come and hang out and have a great time on the beach, that's great, but I do have some other stuff planned.
I've never actually been to an island before. So
You haven't?
No, I grew up in Toria. It's very cold and landlocked,
gosh.
of course.
This is going to be so much fun for you.
Yeah, I haven't been to an island either.
This is one of my family's many homes. We have one that's up in the mountains, but this is the one that we spend the most time in when it's more temperate. It's going to get into the rainy season soon, and then it'll be a little harder to stay out there. It won't be as pleasant. But yeah, oh my gosh. Do you like water?
Well, I don't technically know how to swim, but
I can teach you.
Oh, sure. That sounds exciting.
Oh, that'll be so much fun. Let me put that on my list of things to do.
Yeah. So I'm just interested in finding out what you have in store for us and what the island has in store for us.
Oh, so many delights. Do you want to try to persuade her to actually give you more details?
Yes, please.
Okay, make a persuasion check. Do you want to help give her
Yeah.
help? Yeah. So you have advantage, Lani.
Nice. Okay. I got a 22.
Ooh, nice.
And I got a 22 and a 14.
She looks at you and she
she's like, Mitzi, could you go grab me a drink? And Mitzi's like, oh, of course. And she kind of scuttles off and kind of, not scuttles, that's wrong. That's the wrong way.
Emily's favorite verb for moving.
Leaving.
Everybody moves sideways like a crab in Emily's imagination.
She kind of jauntily, like almost skips off a little bit. Scurries, that's a better word.
Excellent.
Scurries. Okay, so I was thinking, this is going to sound kind of weird, but let me know what you think, because literally I've had less than 24 hours to think about this. I'm a pretty fast thinker, fast mover.
Right.
But
right.
I was thinking like maybe of like having it be, not competition isn't the right word, like just like have people go through bonding activities and like getting to know you kind of activities.
Right.
And then like maybe me and Marius separately, of course. Marius is my adoptive brother.
Oh, I see.
Having like some dates, getting to know people. It could be a platonic date or something more romantic, because honestly, I am looking for that as well as friendship. And, you know, keeping around the people that we connect with, and then maybe letting the other ones hang out on the island or go home.
So it doesn't bother you that some of us are not of the nobility ourselves?
Oh, no, not at all. I wouldn't have invited you if I wasn't interested.
Society is so different here than it was in Toria.
And I'm sorry to hear that Toria is much more regimented about these kinds of things. I've heard that it's more intense there.
I'm sure that whatever you've heard is entirely true.
Well, I would love for you to tell me more about it at some point.
Oh, yes, at some point. It's a little bit, I think it might bring down the mood at the moment.
Oh, of course. Well, I don't want to ask you anything that would make you uncomfortable. And as you see this, Mitzi kind of comes bounding up and she's like, I got you some drinks. I got you all drinks too if you want anything. I didn't ask what you wanted. What did you want? I got shots. And she kind of just has this tray of shots.
Hello, Mitzi. Is that your name?
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry I didn't introduce myself.
Oh, no, it's quite all right. I didn't introduce myself either, but I'm Laniver.
Laniver, it's wonderful to meet you. I've met Hilrana. She's just, oh my goodness, so nice. Yeah, I'm Mitzi St. Clair, and this is my good friend Jalessa. Oh, you already know that. And she just grabs a shot and drinks it.
Just like all the way down.
Hilrana grabs a shot
No
too.
reaction whatsoever after the shot. She's like just totally normal.
I'm going to take I'm just taking the shot glass and I'm going to hold it. Because I have a constitution of 8.
Mitzi's like, Sugar, you going to drink that?
Oh, yes, I suppose I will.
Okay. Make a constitution save for me, Hilrana and Lanny. Yeah, this is strong liquor. You're not like totally wasted, but you feel a little bit of a buzz already.
Oh my gosh, I got a 19 because I rolled a natural 20.
Nice. Hell yeah. Natural 20 will let it be a natural 20. Even with so you just as calmly, as serenely
Excellent.
Put it back and she looks at you very impressed.
I'm impressed with myself right now.
Yeah, hell yeah. Jalessa takes one. No, she already like, oh my, I've had too much to drink already. This was a poor decision. Another, and she grabs another shot and you guys can continue to do shots or not. As it starts to get darker outside, the sun has set as you were sailing off through the air. You can't really see as much, so people are starting to go either below deck into like a dining area or into individual cabins to take a rest and maybe get changed before they get to the island. The temperature has stayed the same because of this bubble that's around you, but most people are starting to go off of the main deck because there's not much to see now.
I'm just tired.
All right, so you each have your own individual little cabin. All of them are lined up next to each other. You see that the ones next to you are for Steve and Steven, who you can hear through the door snoring very loudly. A few hours pass. It seems like maybe it's getting a little bit closer to time to arrive at the island, and all of a sudden you feel the airship lurch a little bit. It's been very smooth the whole trip, but you just feel like if you're in bed, you like roll over a little bit. If you're standing or sitting, it kind of like leans you over to one side.
So we didn't wake up?
If you were asleep, were you guys all asleep?
No, I'm awake.
Okay.
Faris would have been awake.
Yeah. Are you asleep, Harris? That's Hilrana and Faris.
Faris. Yeah, I guess I'm asleep.
Okay, so you don't notice this. What about you, Melees?
He's asleep.
Okay, you also don't notice this. You kind of just roll over in your sleep a little bit, but you, Lanny and Faris.
We both work
it.
nights.
Yes.
That's what's going on.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So we don't go to bed until like 2 a.m. Faris hears a little knock. Boop, boop.
Just gonna open the door.
Did you feel that?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. Is that normal? Have you ever been on one of these before?
I haven't.
Oh, neither have I.
But it's been smooth sailing up until right now.
Do you think maybe we should go above decks and just see what's going on?
I definitely think that we should.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
You go up to the top deck and you see a bunch of these sailors scurrying around the deck. They're not yelling or anything, but they're all like doing all kinds of different like spells and gestures and things to try to get the ship. There is a huge storm that you guys are sailing through, and they are trying to keep the boat from making any kind of extra movement, and they're working their asses off to keep it from doing anything.
Would a perception check help us to know anything more about the type of storm, or is that not important?
It can be a nature check maybe
Nature
for the
check,
storm.
okay. I got a natural 20.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. I got an unnatural 19.
Ooh.
An unnatural. It seems like it's just a really bad storm.
Oh, okay.
You
so
don't
it's
know.
nothing-
You're not like a meteorologist.
Okay.
It's not like a hurricane level of storm, but it's a really bad thunderstorm. And you are pretty sure that if you were in the water, like it would be horrible trying to sail through it. Because you're up in the air, it's a little bit better. But you can see all of the rain hitting the arcane bubble and bouncing off, and these like really strong winds buffeting into it and making it ripple a little bit at times, almost to the point where it like seems like maybe it'll all of a sudden pierce through the bubble, and then these huge lightning strikes.
Lanny, I think that I'm going to hang out near the cabins in case anybody wakes up and wonders what's going on.
I think I might stay with you. I don't think I could sleep through this.
Make a perception check with disadvantage, Niles and Hilrana, to see if you wake up. Because it has done another, like, big lurch to the other side.
First roll is a 1, and I got a 13. Look, I don't perceive things.
You are so fast asleep, you're just like, hell yeah, great day. Shopping, time for sleep.
Yeah.
An 8.
An 8, yeah, you're still fast asleep. Dreaming of squirrels. Actually, I'm going to see if Chadley notices.
Yeah.
Then he's going to start being like...
Chadley got a natural. Chadley got a natural 1, so he is curled up next to you, and you both are just fast asleep. You even like rolled a little bit on top of Chadley, but he was so fast asleep that he didn't notice. So it continues to storm, and it looks like these deckhands or sailors are just working their butts off trying to keep the storm from entering or affecting the ship, and it does kind of continue to rock back and forth until there is a huge lightning strike, and it actually, you see like a tear open up in the arcane bubble, and then water starts pouring in. In that moment, like this huge thing of wind comes sweeping in, and it sweeps around on the deck and almost knocks you over. You can make a strength saving throw.
Oh, great.
This is low-key terrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, that's not great.
11.
I got a 9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, so you both fall over on your asses, and you see the people rush forward and kind of refortify that part of the bubble. It closes up, but this wind actually coalesced into these elementals and rush towards you, and one of them rushes towards you guys, and the other one rushes towards some of the sailors.
Holy mackerel.
But we will roll for initiative next time.
Get the Final Fantasy fight music in my head. Oh dear. Hopefully not that music. No, thank you. I'm not ready for that. I have 11 hit points.
Hey, it's me, Emily, the DM. Wait, you just heard me, so I don't need to introduce myself again, but I'm your pal. I'm your future lover. No, of course not. That would be silly. Don't be ridiculous. That couldn't happen, could it? Anyway, no, I joke. Yeah, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. There's going to be some intense action next week. Each week we're working on getting our sound quality better, so thank you again for hanging in there. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to hear from you. We're on Twitter at Roll for Romance. You can go to our website,
www.rollforromance.com. There's all kinds of different ways that you can talk to us. Please talk to us. Please talk to me. I'm in my closet, in my home, and I need some friends, okay? No, just kidding. But please, yeah, we would love to hear from you. Man, I sound really desperate this episode, but I'm actually doing pretty great. And I hope that you're doing pretty great. So stay tuned. Our next episode will be out on Thursday, September 30th. It is D&D, so I figured I should have you guys fight something before we go on a sexy romp on an island.
So that my character can die.
So your character can die. Yeah.
And they'll have to use the sexy Arlen priest
Sexy Island priest.